Got stuff all on my beard. God, no. I'll wait for a couple people to get on. Oh man, it's been a long Thanksgiving. It's been a long Thanksgiving. It was a great one, by the way. Um, a very good one. I'm gonna wait a little bit until I really get into it, because you know how the algorithm goes. You know how if you say curse words and things like that, how they can kind of take you off of it. But not that I got to worry about a whole bunch of people really watching this right now, at least because it's my first video in a while. But I'll let a couple people get in. Oh man, this is a really tough one, man. Cowboys drop a heartbreaker to the Raiders 36-13. I mean 36-33 in overtime. Thanksgiving, which is our second loss in a row. Essentially, this is our second game without Amari Cooper for certain and CeeDee Lamb. We pretty much missed him for a game and a half. So he was out the second half last week or on Sunday, and we missed him today. Just you add those two on to a whole bunch of piles of bodies, man, that we're missing, and ultimately, you can kind of point to injuries as a reason why we're struggling right now. But in my opinion, those were two winnable football games, the last two games. I think that we've left a lot of plays on the field. 2 minutes is almost there before I can really, really get into this thing. But to be honest with you guys, we probably lost this game, I would say, in the first half, just like against the Chiefs. If teams can jump on us and, they can kind of stick their foot on our throats up until the fourth quarter where we have to have a last ditch effort. That's pretty much the blueprint to beat us, man. Um, Denver did it. The only team that beat us without this real blueprint is Tampa Bay, and that was a back and forth game throughout. But for the most part, um, in the games that we've lost against Denver, against Kansas City, against the Raiders, we've had really slow starts, and we didn't pick it up really until the second half. And what I mean by slow starts, like I'm not talking about like us moving the ball and then getting 3 points or anything like that. Like I just mean us shooting ourselves in the foot and teams just really playing small ball. We have a tough time with teams playing small ball because we don't have that in our arsenal. What I mean by small ball is, okay, you dump the ball to this person, dump the ball to that person, for short yardage, playing the head of the sticks, really keeping our offense off the field, and converting on third downs, um, changing field position. Um, we've struggled with that because on offense, we in those type of games we refuse to do that to keep their offense off the field in the flip field position. We want it all, and we want it all right then and there. We need to have devastating drives every time. That's how we call plays. That's how Kellen Moore calls plays. Everything has to be cute. Everything has to be dialed up. Everything has to be calculated. We don't really believe in just playing football, physical football anymore. Like running the football, screen here, or just playing ahead of the chains. Everything has to be sexy, man, and it's biting us in the ass because right now the sexy players that you've built this philosophy off of, they're just not here. We're still playing football. We're still, and I'm blaming the offense. Yeah, we gave up a lot of yards today. We gave up a lot of points, but the offense is really our bread. We've already known that. We're supposed to be an offensive juggernaut, and yeah, we're missing CD. We're missing Amari. We still got weapons. We still got enough to win that game. We still had Gallup. We still had Dak. We still had half a Zeke. We still had Pollard. We still had the offensive line, which don't get me started on the shuffling and stuff like that. But we still had enough to win that game. The problem is, no matter who's in there, we choose to be sexy over what's best for us right now. Kellen Moore called a bad game today. I gave him the benefit of the doubt against the Chiefs because you didn't know that you were going to be out without CD for that game. So, you had to adjust mid-fly. But you knew that there was a good chance you wouldn't have CD this week. So you should have been a little bit more prepared. And I felt like the offense was the exact same, where we're operating as if those guys are there. Noah Brown ain't Amari Cooper, bro. Noah Brown's not Amari Cooper. Malik Turner, Cedric Wilson, those guys aren't CD Lamb. Malik Turner didn't really play that much today, but Cedric Wilson's not CD Lamb. Michael Gallup is Michael Gallup. Yeah, he kind of came on a little bit, but how long did it take for us to really implement him or even really get him touches? You know, and I didn't know if it was necessarily Michael Gallup. I thought it was Michael Gallup not showing up until the fourth quarter where you see us getting him the rock and him making plays. It's our offensive coordinator. He's got to do a better job. I know that Dak missed some throws today. Dak definitely missed some plays today. I think the calf might be bothering him a little bit. No excuses, though. He's out there. He's getting paid that money. I tweeted it pretty much out there. Look, I know we ain't got CD or Coop, but you got to show him why you worth the big money, big dog. You got to show him why you're worth what we've been talking about and telling everybody that you are. You got to show us that. I think he showed flashes of that, but in all, Dak played one quarter of football. The offense played one quarter of football. So I'm not going to just put it on Dak. The offense played one quarter of football. The offensive line didn't play that well. Offensive line was shuffling around. We didn't run the ball efficiently. I kind of blame the offensive coordinator for that as well, because I don't necessarily believe that we're putting our team in the best possible situation to run effectively. There are certain things that we could do to run a little bit better. It's almost like we're running just to open up the pass, not like we're trying to run in order to actually get yards. We're just running just for the sake of keeping them honest. We're not running to establish it. I know that I think it was Nick Herrera said this on Twitter, and I agreed with it, where Jerry Jones said we got to establish the run. And he said, I think that people are confusing establishing the run with running effectively. We have to be able to run effectively. There are things that we can do. Like, for example, I thought today against the Raiders, we didn't do such a bad job of running right at them. Powers, running right at them. Not so much the zone, but, running powers right at them. I think that Zeke is more downhill, more than, running the zones and stuff all of the time. I think you can flip it up, Chris B said, so tired of the first down run by Zeke, 2 yards, every first down is useless. Not so mad at the run, but it's the run call play. If it's the same run calls that you've been running every week, they know it's coming. I know that we ran a sweep in the game, and it looked pretty damn good because we hadn't been running sweeps, and maybe that's because Tyron Smith was back, but we got 9 yards on it. We never went back to that play. Screen passes. We ran it a couple times today. I think we did a solid job with the screen. I didn't think it was terrible, but I tell you, the dropping back and throwing and everything being so vertically, the concepts being like all verticals. We got Noah Brown in there, bro. We got Noah Brown in there. We got Noah Brown. They're manning us up out there. They're manning us up. Defenses aren't doing anything complex against us. They're sending pressure, and they're playing a lot of man. They're getting hands on us. We don't have the equipment to do the same things that Kellen Moore wants to do, that he's been doing with CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. We just don't have that. You got to adjust. We haven't done a good job adjusting with the roster we have, because it's good enough to win. And we saw it in the fourth quarter that we were able to move the ball when we needed to. And at this point, man, we can make the excuse that we're not healthy, but we haven't been healthy all year. At this point, you showed us that we can win games not being healthy. Let's not use that as an excuse right now. Coach better. Be better coaches. Manage the game better. If you know you ain't got your dogs in there, why are we kicking a 59-yard field goal? Why? You know what I'm saying? Play field position. Play small ball. Stop being cute. Uh, yeah, we missed the extra point. We go for two later on in the game with the ball on the 1 yard line because of a penalty, and we run a jet sweep reverse option. What are we doing, Kellen? Now later on, you redeemed yourself with the 2 point conversion with the rub route. But shit, why couldn't we do that? Why couldn't we do that the first time? We outcoached we outcoached ourselves in my opinion in this game. We outcoached ourselves. Like for example, here's another example. 3rd and 18 in overtime. Why in the hell is Anthony Brown, who has 3 other pass interference calls, why is he in man coverage on that? Sure, Jerry Jones used it. They played throw up ball. Well, the shit worked. All right? Hell, it worked. It worked 4 times. All right? They played throw up football. They played Randy Moss in the backyard. They played 500 on their ass. And they threw it at Anthony Brown every chance they got. They threw it at Jordan Lewis every chance they got. Jordan Lewis didn't play good today either. You know, I know Anthony Brown's going to take a lot of flack, as he should. And I'll get on Anthony Brown. But they was picking on both of them. Jordan Lewis was getting it too. Jordan Lewis was just getting all the catches on him. Anthony Brown was getting all the penalties today. And Miss Jackie said, why is AB starting? He's had a pretty solid year up until this point. But I think tonight he got exposed a little bit. And we've seen this before. I say he got exposed because that's 4 pass interferences. 4. I can see 1 or 2. 4. That means you ain't covered. And it should have been a 5th one. He should have got another one that they didn't call. Should have got another one that they didn't call. We struggling right now, man. We struggling not because we're not a good enough team, not that we're not capable, but we're just shooting ourselves in the foot. The Raiders didn't do anything to beat us. Kansas City didn't do anything to beat us on Sunday. Neither one of those teams did anything to beat us. We beat ourselves by leaving players on the field in both games. And not just on the field leaving plays, but our coaching has to be better. It has to be better. Has to be better. You know, flat out, you know. I'll take some questions right now. See, Chris B said Dak made some really good throws, but he has to hit Noah Brown on that 3rd down at OT. That would have been a pretty big play if he hit someone on the run. I agree. He has to hit him there. And for some odd reason, Dak feels like he has to throw a 100-mile-per-hour fastball every time he's throwing the football. In that case, he didn't need to throw it that hard. He just needed to get it out there for Noah to make a catch in that case. And he Donovan McNabbed it. There was another big throw that he missed too on a drive that ended up being a field goal. I don't know if you guys will remember it, but I think Michael Gallup made the defender fall down and he tripped. And Dak threw, it was a corner route, and Dak threw a pretty bad ball on that one as well, which should have been a touchdown. And we ended up scoring, I think, but then they called a penalty, and then that drive ending up in a field goal. But yeah, I don't know if he's necessarily himself. I don't know if his calf is all the way healed. He was good enough to win the game today, though. There's no excuse. The team was good enough to win. The guys we had out there were good enough to win that football game. We blew it. The refs were bad. The coaching was probably just as bad. The execution, we left plays out there. We should have beat them with the bad refs, in my opinion. See, you all just went with them because you didn't see Boss Man Fat. Because Boss Man Fat hasn't been available. Boss Man Fat's been sick. Boss Man Fat's had funerals and things of that nature. And Anthony Brown, for the most part, has held his own. He played well last week. He didn't play bad against Kansas City. This was really, if I'm looking at it besides the Tampa Bay game, this is probably his other bad game of the year. He hasn't played terrible, except for today, though. Today, He was really, really exposed. And I think that more teams are going to start doing that. They're just going to throw the football up in his direction. And I don't know that he has enough cover skills to not put his hands on people. Refs are going to start looking for it. It is what it is. We got as far as we can go. Now, Bossman Fat has to keep his ass on the field. That just is what it is. Now he has to play. Because in all honesty, Bossman Fat, what have we really seen from him? Other than the fact that he has a name. But I think at this point, you better off grooming the young pups. Because, like I said, the referees, everybody saw that game today. It probably will be one of the most viewed games of the year. Everybody saw it. And it's not like we could dispute that that they were pass interference calls. We can't dispute any of it. They were so obvious that officials are going to look for it going forward and teams are going to pick on him. It's Mario Edwards all over again. I don't know if you guys remember that 2004 team where the defense was ranked number 1 for a long time and the Achilles heel was Mario Edwards. The pass interference, the same thing. It looked exactly like that. Let's see, Chris B said we had 166 penalty yards. Yeah, the refs were bad, but some of that's no discipline. Got to be better. Yeah, and I just think the refs wanted to be seen too because, I mean, Oakland had quite a bit of penalties too. 28 total penalties in the game. That was just a bad crew in my opinion. Why didn't Mike McCarthy go for it on 4th down? He did not trust the offense. I don't trust him either, Miss Jackie. What have they done for us to trust them? The guys out there, what have they done? Dak throwing the ball in the dirt, and guys are dropping the ball. I don't trust him either. And I don't know if I trust the play caller. At this point, yeah, the defense didn't play, great today, but they played better than the offense. I trusted the defense today, even with Anthony Brown having those penalties. I trusted them more than the offense. The offense played 1/4 of football. They played 1/4 of football, to be honest with you. The offense was 3 and out all day. The defense was on the field tired. We couldn't run the football. Like for real, when you go back and watch that game, watch how many times we went 3 and out. One time we went 3 and out on a no huddle and gave the ball right back to him like it was nothing. The offense really played 1/4 of football. We had one good drive in the first half, and then in the 4th quarter we played. Other than that, the offense didn't show up today. Sure, we scored 30 points. One of them was a kick return. But we're not talking like we played a juggernaut today. We played the 29th ranked rush defense today, and we made them look like they were a solid defense. Made them look like they were a solid defense. Why did Dan Quinn not make adjustments? Dan Quinn did make adjustments. They were on the field, Miss Jackie. They was on the field most of the game. Our offense wasn't doing jack for a long time. Let's see, we need to get another stud corner somehow next offseason. I agree, Chris. Let's see, so now it's Dak. We had TP, but we don't give TP the opportunity. I agree with that. I do agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I was tweeting that all game. Tony Pollard was ready to put the team on his back. That's what I'm saying. We are afraid to play small ball. We would rather Dak throw the ball 100 times with the sore calf than for him to dump the ball off to TP or keep TP in the game. What happened to us having the 2-back set where Zeke and TP could be on the field at the same time? What happened to that? We rather throw Dak out there and throw the ball 100 times with Noah Brown, Schultz, the other tight end that nobody knows. We rather keep those guys out there and keep Tony Pollard on the sideline. Why not let Tony do the work? He's making people miss his space. The problem is we'd rather be sexy than we would rather grind things out. Like if you look at the game with Cooper Rush, we grinded that game out. We refused to do that with Dak Prescott. We'd rather put it all on his shoulders with these bum-ass receivers out there right now. I'm just going to call it what it is. These guys aren't good. They're below average. Cedric Wilson is about average. And here's what we did. We made Noah Brown. Hey, you be Amari for us right now, Noah. You be Amari for us. And Cedric Wilson is supposed to be CeeDee Lamb, and we're operating like we have CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. We're not adjusting. The offense ain't adjusting. That should be the question. Why is the offense not adjusting? Only thing we did trying to adjust is shuffle the offensive line, which was a terrible idea. See, everyone is catching up to Kellen Moore. He's not head coach material. I just think he's learning. He's still learning. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, you got to call him out. You know, because everybody will say this about Dak. Dak can't win unless everything's perfect. I think Dak did pretty solid. I think Dak will be pretty solid with a solid game plan. Kellen Moore can't call a game unless everything is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, the proof is in the pudding at this point right now. You know, you got to call a game according to what your team is. You can't be doing dumb stuff like running a jet sweep reverse option on a 1 yard line when we need a 2 point conversion. You can't do stupid stuff like that, man. You can't do it. Not after Tony Pollard bailed you out with a kick return. I just don't get it. We got down there. Tony got us down there one time, and we ran it in there with Zeke Elliott with ease from the 1 yard line. And that's the 2 point play he came up with. I'm highly critical of Kellen Moore today. Sunday, I gave him a pass, but it looked like much of the same today. Thought the offense really. Anthony Brown screwed the pooch, but the offense wasn't good today. I'm gonna keep it 100. AB was guilty of all but the last PI, in my opinion. Hard to turn when you have someone holding your helmet. Also, was that Boss Man Fat that was ejected. Yeah, Boss Man Fat was ejected out of the game. He was gone. He got kicked out of the game. Like I said, you know, maybe they would have thrown him in there if he's available. And I'm not even saying that the ejection was a good one. But for some odd reason, we can't get Boss Man Fats on the field. He's sick. You know, he's had deaths in the family, other issues. I mean, injury issues. And then he got kicked out of this game. For some odd reason, we can't get him on the field. So we're kind of stuck with Anthony Brown. Unless they want to throw Wright out there. Maybe they ought to do that. Because I think AB got exposed today. Kellen Moore is not adjusting. We could have used no huddle more if the game dictated TP use him. I agree. 100%. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Miss Jackie. And I'm not even necessarily Dak leaves some throws on the field, but also players are leaving catches on the field. Guys that aren't really good. I mean, he hit Dalton Schultz right in the chest today on the 3rd down. I mean, what else is Dak supposed to do at that point? At that point, it becomes a point where it's like, hey, I got to throw a perfect ball. And trying to throw a perfect ball, you throw the ball in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? It goes that way sometimes. I've been there. I've been there where you don't have confidence in the guys around you. Or, you know, I've also been in Kellen's shoes sometimes where, you know, you call in the game and you just don't have confidence in certain things. You don't have confidence in certain players. But he's in that position, but that's not how he's calling the game, though. He calling the game like we still got them guys out there. And it ain't helping us, bro. One time Dak got sacked, which I thought Dak should have took off and ran the ball. But it was all vertical routes. And I'm like, you running all vertical routes with Schultz, with Noah Brown, with Cedric Wilson? Like, you running all verts with these guys on 3rd and like 5? Come on, bro. It's 3rd and 5, bro. With them guys? All right, yeah. Noah Brown's going to be somebody down the field. Got you. You right. You know better than I do. I only been watching Noah Brown play before you was calling the offense. Let's see. Chris B said, I'm sorry we should have drafted Samuel Jr. instead of Boss Man Fat. Yes. 100% right. 100% right on that. Definitely. I've been saying that. But this team, they love their measurables. They love that 4-3. They love that you know, they love that he possibly shut down Devontae Smith. You know, Samuel Jr. was definitely the better corner. Let's see, the way this season is going is the main reason I don't rock with 90% of Cowboy Nation. Um, I can see that. And I'm just trying to keep it 100 with you. I think, yeah, like you saying, Kellen Moore has destroyed the offense the last 4 games. We're trying to be too cute. That just is what it is. The thing that made our offense lethal was the fact that we could run and pass. And I think even with Amari, we were struggling with running the football. I just think that I don't think they care enough to make the run important. It seems like they're the same run plays. It appears that there's no difference, no imagination. It just seems like we run, just to keep people honest. Like I said before, I don't know if you guys were on, but it just seems like we just run to run. We're not running to really get yards. We just running so that we can set up the pass. I think everything that they want to do in this offense is pass the damn ball. You know, hell, if you want to pass the ball, hell, we can do short passes. Get Tony Pollard the ball out of the backfield. Get Zeke the ball out of the backfield. Zeke hasn't been bad catching the ball out of the backfield. He hasn't been bad when he gets the when the throw isn't behind him or anything like that. Or if he's just doing a simple check down where he's doing like maybe a button hook at 6 yards or something like that. He's pretty solid at that. I mean, that's still 6 yards. It's better than what we doing. It's better than getting nothing. Better than getting a long ass incompletion. Now, what are the solutions, Ms. Jackie asked? My solutions are really we have to adapt to the team that we have. We should be getting CD back next week, so that should help. We're gonna get Amari back, so you can call the offense like you've been doing. But I think we got to find a way to run the football, Miss Jackie, more effectively. I think the side to side zone is a little bit played at this point. I think tonight we ran a sweep that looked pretty good with Tyron in there, and we got 9 yards on it. Maybe more sweeps. I think that we're better if we're running like power football, like running straight ahead, even if it's getting 3 yards, 4 yards. I think we're better straight ahead than we are at the zone blocking. Um, Maybe combination type blocking. I think sometimes when we have the lineman in the backfield as the fullback, I think we run better out of that sometimes too. They can know it's coming, but guess what? Somebody got to fill that gap of that big ass lineman. And then it helps Zeke or whoever the running back is behind them, find the crease and get up the field. Um, I think motioning is pretty solid for us. I don't know if we've necessarily motioned that effectively in the last couple of games. And it might be because they just don't quite flat out respect the receivers that we have in there. And in that case, like, damn, we still airing it out. I don't necessarily believe we need to be doing so much of the vertical concept if we don't have the vertical threats in there. But yep, those are my solutions. Defensively, I think Anthony Brown, that probably should have been his last start, in my opinion. Not because it's like, oh, you off the bandwagon because it's one bad game. It's not that it's one bad game. I think tonight is the start of what the NFL, what the teams will start doing. They're gonna go at him. Everybody saw it tonight. Everybody saw it. He got exposed, and the only thing that's gonna happen from there on is either he buckles up and drops his nuts and plays football, which he's very capable of doing, or he's gonna lose confidence. He's gonna end up like Terrence Newman that last year, where Terrence Newman just kept clapping because he kept letting people catch the damn ball on him. Eventually, AB ain't gonna be able to put his hands on people, and they're gonna catch the ball, and then he's gonna put his hands on people, and then they're gonna call flags. We got to get some of these young guys. We got to get these young boys ready. We got to get these young boys ready for this playoff run. We we still 2 games up, but man, we need to win in the worst way. We need to win in the worst way. Um, Miss Jack, you said, why is the O line getting beat to these last couple weeks? Are the scheme we can't defend? I think against the Chiefs, we were just kind of at the Chiefs. Still was playing left tackle, and that was a recipe for disaster. He was playing that. Lyle Collins didn't play well. We got whooped on the outside against the Chiefs. The tackles got whooped. This week, actually, I thought the pocket was pretty solid for most of the day, to be honest with you. As far as the run game goes, I really just think it was what I just told you. I don't think there's any imagination in the run game. We have all the imagination with all of the motions and things like that for the passing game, but for the run game, we're about as bland as vanilla ice cream. I mean, tell me, somebody stop me when I'm wrong. Our run game is bland, but the passing game has all these wrinkles and all this other stuff. Like it doesn't seem like they really care enough about the run in order for us to get it going. And that's even with Tony Pollard in there. Tony Pollard, for the most part, does his work off of screens and dink and dunks and stuff like that. It ain't so much in the run game. He might have like maybe one big run, but for the most part, he can stuff just like Zeke is. Because it's the same damn plays. Same damn bland ass runs. No real imagination behind it at all. 3rd and Brown. That's funny. Our tight end misses too many blocks. He missed too many catches too. Damn. Schultz had a bad game today, in my opinion. Caught a touchdown, but he didn't play that well. Here's the problem. Who you starting over AB? Could have done something at the trade deadline, but this team loves their guys. Yep. Probably could have done something at the trade deadline. At this point, though, you got Wright out there. Maybe you see what he's made of. I mean, you could have been getting him a couple snaps here and there, but yeah, like you said though, boss man Fat gotta be available. He's got to be available in order for us to put him in there. Could have played Sprinkle more. Nah, I'm good. He ain't good. Nah, no, nope. I watched him in Washington. Nope. Cause Sprinkle, like, they even playing the other guy over him. I forget his name. He scored his touchdown today, his first touchdown. Lyle's still playing bad. Yep. Yeah, my man is struggling. But, again, though, I don't know if it's necessarily that these guys are struggling or if it's just a continuity thing. We keep shuffling shit. We keep shuffling shit around with the offensive line, and the only comfortable people at their positions are Zach Martin and Tyron Smith. Even Biotish, man. Like, he was trying to replace Biotish, if you're thinking about it. And he was giving other people his snaps. We keep shuffling stuff around. Just stick with the 5 you got. And if one of them go down, then you go with it. I mean, I'm okay. I'm all right with that. But, you know, it's been all downhill when they just decided to take Connor Williams out just for the hell of taking Connor Williams out. And, all right, cool. If that's what you want to do, stick with McGovern. Stop putting him in and taking him out and doing that dumb shit. This ain't high school. It's the NFL. Yeah, Joe Philbin wasn't there, and they still shuffling people around. Didn't make any sense. Didn't make any sense to me today. How they handled the O-line situation. Terrible. But is it time to panic? Because I did ask that question. I don't think it's time to panic. But I do think an alarm has been set off. An alarm has been set off. That we need to get our head out our asses. The team needs to get their head. The Dallas Cowboys We've been reading too many news clippings, and we think that we're better than what we are. Right now, we're a team that lost 2 in a row, 3 of the last 4. At this point, it ain't oh, it's just a bad game. We're playing bad football right now, and we need to pick it up straight up, or else we're gonna lose the division, or it's gonna be a dogfight. In a division that we had a 4-game lead in, we've dropped 3 of the last 4, and we played piss poor. We lost to a bad Raiders team today. The Raiders aren't good. Kansas City, you could argue that maybe they're on the run. They'll go on a run, maybe. I don't know. They're battle tested. So they're battle tested over the years. So I can go with that. Getting blown out at home by Denver, no. In the grand scheme of things, that wasn't good. But at this point, you are what your record says you are. We're 7-4 after starting 6-1, I believe. Yeah, starting 6-1. We got to be better. Because just like we won those 6 games, we could lose 6 games. The team has to play better. We have to coach better. We have to execute better. This is a team loss today. Team loss. The Kansas City game was a team loss as well. We can blame AB all we want to. And I will say that he just lost us a game at that last one. But leading up to that, he had some help with it too. Guys got to put their pride aside and realize, all right, man, if we don't get things together, this division going to be up for a dogfight. Not time to panic, but it's time to put our big boy pants on. And that's all I got, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm getting ready to get me some sleep. I got to go work tomorrow. I don't get Black Friday off. But, yeah, I appreciate everybody. I just kind of wanted to get something out there, go live. You guys hear my voice a little bit because it's been a while. And, I said that, once my football season was over, I was going to get back into things. And so here we are. It's Thanksgiving, and they said the real football starts after Thanksgiving. So after today is when the season starts, and the team needs to pick it up. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Peace.